Sometimes the truth hides in your blood. And when it comes out, nothing will ever be the same again. I always thought I came from a normal family. My parents, Janet and Robert, were married for over 30 years. They raised me and my older brother, Kevin, in a quiet little town in Oregon. Dad was a quiet man, steady, dependable, always there. Mom was warm and protective, sometimes too protective. But I never questioned it. Not until last year. It all started as a Christmas gift. Kevin thought it would be fun for us all to take one of those ancestry DNA tests. You know, find your roots, discover your heritage, the usual marketing stuff. Mom didn't seem thrilled. "I don't want strangers having my DNA," she said with a nervous laugh. But Dad convinced her. "It'll be fun, honey. What's the worst that could happen?" We all spit in the little tubes, sealed them and sent them off. It was just supposed to be a family bonding thing. I had no idea it was about to rip our family apart. A few weeks later, my phone buzzed with an email. "Your DNA results are ready." I clicked eagerly, expecting some mix of Irish, German, and maybe a bit of Scandinavian. But instead, something looked off. The site said, "No paternal match found with your listed father, Robert." I blinked, thinking it must be an error. Maybe a glitch. So I refreshed the page. Same result. Even stranger, there was a close family match listed. A man named Richard Hale, someone I had never heard of. I went straight to my mom's house that evening. Dad was out back working on his garden. Mom was in the kitchen, humming softly as she cooked. "Mom," I said, trying to sound calm, "who's Richard Hale?" Her hand froze mid-stir. The color drained from her face. "Where did you hear that name?" she whispered. "From my DNA results. It says Dad's not my biological father." "Is that true?" For a moment she said nothing. Just stared at me with this haunted look. Then she sat down, trembling. "It was a mistake," she finally said. "I made a mistake a long time ago. 32 years ago, before she met Dad, Mom had a brief affair with a man named Richard. She found out she was pregnant after she started dating Dad. But by then Richard had already left town. I didn't know what to do," she said, tears streaming down her face. "Robert was kind, loving, ready for a family, and I was scared. I thought if I told him the truth I'd lose everything. So she lied. She told Dad the baby, me, was his. And he never questioned it. For 30 years he loved me, raised me, and called me his daughter. Without ever knowing the truth. I felt like the floor had been ripped from under me. Everything, every birthday, every 'I'm proud of you' suddenly felt fake. I couldn't even look her in the eye. Dad came inside as we were crying. He looked confused, then terrified. "What's going on?" he asked softly. I wanted to speak, but Mom did instead. "Robert," she said, voice shaking, "I have to tell you something." And in that moment my entire childhood collapsed. Dad didn't yell. Didn't cry. He just stood there, still, silent, broken. Then he said quietly, 30 years, Janet. 30 years you let me believe she was mine." And he walked out the door. Weeks passed. Mom tried calling Dad, but he wouldn't answer. I didn't either. I needed answers, real ones. So I contacted Richard Hale, the man listed as my biological father. He responded immediately. Said he'd been looking for me for years. Apparently Mom had told him to stay away. That she'd taken care of it. He'd respected her wishes, but he never forgot. When we met, I could see it, the resemblance. Same eyes. Same smile. Same stupid dimple on the left cheek. He cried when he hugged me. "I missed so much," he said. "Your first steps, your graduation, your life." And for the first time I cried too. Because I finally understood. I didn't just lose one father. I'd gained another, and neither deserved what happened. Dad filed for divorce after 33 years of marriage. He told me he still loved me like his own. But that he needed time to heal. He moved across the state, started over. We talk sometimes, but it's different now. Mom, she's not the same either. She lives alone. Regrets everything. But some lies once told can't be undone. It's been almost 2 years since that day. I'm closer to Richard now, learning about his side of the family. But every time I look in the mirror, I see a mix of both men. One who gave me life. And one who gave me love. And I've learned something powerful. DNA might tell you who you come from. But it doesn't define who your family really is. Because family isn't blood. It's the people who stay, even after they learn the truth. What would you do if a DNA test revealed your whole life was a lie? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your story might help someone else heal. And if you want more emotional, shocking true stories, subscribe now and hit the for weekly uploads about lies, secrets, and betrayal.